In a move that has ignited discussions across the United Kingdom, Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer has made a private appeal to King Charles III, seeking the monarch's support for a series of ambitious housing projects. This initiative aims to address the nation's housing crisis by constructing a dozen new towns inspired by architectural designs favoured by the King. The collaboration between the Prime Minister and the monarch has sparked a multifaceted debate, touching on issues of constitutional propriety, urban development, and the evolving role of the monarchy in public affairs. The Housing Initiative. Sir Keir Starmer's proposal involves the development of 12 new towns across England, each comprising over 10,000 homes. These towns are to be modelled after designs championed by King Charles III, known for his advocacy of traditional architecture that emphasises community cohesion and aesthetic harmony. The Prime Minister has expressed a desire to commence construction before the end of the current parliamentary term, underscoring the urgency of addressing the housing shortage. This plan also includes a commitment to utilising British workers for construction, aiming to bolster local employment and ensure that development contracts incorporate comprehensive worker training programs. While acknowledging the initial taxpayer investment required, Sir Keir anticipates that the long-term financial returns from home sales will offset these costs, ultimately revitalising the dream of home ownership for many, particularly the younger generation. The role of King Charles III. King Charles III has long been a proponent of architectural styles that reflect traditional British aesthetics, often drawing inspiration from Georgian and Edwardian designs. His vision emphasises variation, winding roads, and a departure from uniform, modernist constructions. A notable example of this vision in practice is the Nansleden development in Cornwall, which has been praised for its quality and community-oriented design. The King's involvement in such projects reflects his commitment to creating spaces that foster a sense of belonging and well-being among residents. Constitutional considerations. The private appeal by the Prime Minister to the monarch has raised questions regarding the constitutional boundaries between the UK's political leadership and the royal family. Traditionally, the monarchy maintains a position of political neutrality, with the sovereign's role being largely ceremonial. However, the UK's constitutional framework allows the monarch to advise and warn ministers when necessary. The collaboration on the Housing Initiative, while well-intentioned, has led to discussions about the appropriateness of involving the King in policy matters, even those aligned with his personal interests and expertise. Critics argue that such involvement could blur the lines of constitutional propriety, while supporters contend that the King's input on architectural and community development issues is both valuable and appropriate. Public and political reactions. The announcement of the Housing Initiative has elicited a range of responses from the public and political figures alike. Proponents laud the plan as a visionary approach to tackling the housing crisis, emphasising the benefits of constructing well-designed communities that reflect Britain's rich architectural heritage. They argue that the collaboration between the Prime Minister and the King brings a unique synergy, combining political will with royal advocacy for sustainable and aesthetically pleasing urban development. Conversely, detractors express concerns over potential overreach and the precedent set by involving the monarchy in governmental policy initiatives. There are apprehensions that such collaborations could challenge the established norms of political neutrality traditionally upheld by the royal family. Conclusion. The private appeal by Sir Keir Starmer to King Charles III for support on the Housing Initiative has opened a dialogue on the evolving dynamics between the UK's political leadership and the monarchy. As the nation grapples with pressing issues such as housing shortages, innovative solutions that draw upon diverse sources of expertise and influence may become increasingly necessary. However, it remains imperative to navigate these collaborations with careful consideration of constitutional principles and the long-standing traditions that define the UK's political and royal institutions. We invite our viewers to share their thoughts on this development. Do you believe that the collaboration between the Prime Minister and the King on housing projects is a positive step forward? How should the roles of political leaders and the monarchy be balanced in addressing national issues? Leave your comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth analyses of current political events.